For most of us, taking out the trash isn't very fun, but for a little boy in Iowa, trash day is like Christmas morning.
It's going for me! Yeah!
Always out here with a smile on his face. Day can be kind of trash, but kids always make it better.
There he goes. When Thursday rolls around, 3-year-old Crew dresses the part, even pushes out a mock trash can. His mom says she's happy her son has built good relationships with the drivers.
They get out, they high five, they stop, they're never in a hurry, thumbs up.
From time to time, the drivers will even leave something behind for Crew. And while there's no telling how long the toddler will celebrate Trash Day, his parents say they will enjoy the ride for the time being.
Live, local, breaking news. You're watching News Channel 3, live at 6.
But, I gotta stay strong for my other sons. And, we gonna get through it.
News Channel 3 is following several major stories tonight. We are speaking exclusively with the mother of a teenager who is the focus of Battle Creek's second murder in less than a month.
And while police search for his killer, there is new information in a Kalamazoo murder that we broke last night. And we're uncovering disturbing new information about a violent threat that could mean a pawpaw teenager will be tried as an adult. But first, terrifying moments unfolding at a Kalamazoo area mobile home park. A police standoff ends in a hail of gunfire, leaving one man dead. Jake Barrett was the first reporter on the scene and has video that you'll see only on News Channel 3.
He joins us live tonight from Pavilion Estates. Jake?
Well, Michigan State Police have now taken over the investigation as they will look into this shooting that left one man dead earlier today. They're going up and down these trailers and asking witnesses what they saw, and so have we. And we've learned that this came as no surprise to neighbors in this trailer park. Well, before it came to that point, officers negotiated with the suspect to put his gun down, but neighbors tell us he was hostile and asking police to shoot him. We heard him asking police to shoot him when we were here on scene. We were the first crew and the only crew here on scene for that. One neighbor tells us that they were calling them, quote, whores and hoes and a bunch of other things. Now, that we saw several neighbors standing outside in the street watching this street theater, if you will, unfold right on their doorsteps. The leader of the Pavilion Estates neighborhood, we spoke to him. He says the suspect was known to be a nuisance around the trailer park. Kalamazoo County Undersheriff James Van Dyken says today's standoff began when officers confronted the suspect who was reportedly squatting on someone else's property. Van Dyken says he then pulled out a gun and fired it in the air. That's when more and more officers started to arrive to the scene. Now, neighbors believe the suspect refused to back down because he was on drugs. Reportedly, they told us that they believed he was on meth, and they told us that he has been known to break into other houses around this trailer park. Now, police have not yet released the man's name. There was a woman with the suspect for a brief time during the standoff. She was not hurt, but police did tell us that she was arrested and is in jail right now on unrelated charges. If you do have any more updates to this story, we'll bring them to you live on air as well as online at WWMT.com. We're live in Kalamazoo County. Jake Barrett, News Channel 3.
All right, Jake, thank you. Today's deadly officer-involved shooting comes 7 years to the day that Kalamazoo Public Safety Officer Eric Zapata was killed in the line of duty. Zapata was shot after he was called in to back up another officer at Hayes Park. Today, on social media, KDPS posted a tribute to Officer Zapata. It says in part, quote, "Gone but never forgotten. Not a day goes by that we don't remember his smile, crazy antics, and his amazing dedication to our community." Today, we asked officers if the anniversary of Zapata's death was on their minds as they responded to this incident.
I'm confident that everyone was able to put that aside to deal with this, and that they were not clouded in judgment when dealing with this at all. So it's a terrible coincidence.
Since Zapata's death, a memorial has been set up in his honor to provide scholarships to those hoping to one day become police officers. The annual Easy 5K, which supports the memorial, gets underway this Saturday in Kalamazoo. You can register or donate by clicking on this story at WWMT.com.
Of course, we're thinking of his family and the KDPS colleagues tonight. Well, a live look now over Kalamazoo through our News Channel 3 live eye camera. We are gearing up for another appearance from Old Man Winter. A winter weather advisory is hours now from going into effect. Here it is, April 18th. Here's Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson in Severe Weather Center 3. Keith.
That's right, Andy. What is rain across the area right now will mix with some colder air coming in later on tonight, and that will turn it to a rain-snow mix, eventually a wet snow overnight. And that could cause some driving problems, some commuting problems for overnight commuters. We're looking at live Doppler radar right now on our 100-mile scan. Again, the green is the rain. We're starting to see a little light blue showing up now. That is, again, an indication that we're starting to see a little light mix that will be developing across the area. Temperatures, though, are still in the upper 30s, low 40s. Kalamazoo actually on the colder side at 38. A little warmer in Battle Creek, Hastings, Allegan, low 40s. Grand Rapids, Sturgis, and Coldwater at 39. That rain will be turning to snow, I think, by about midnight tonight as our temps dip into the mid-30s. And then overnight, we'll see snow showers, 3 a.m. temp at about 34. By 6 a.m., I think the precipitation will be moving out. We'll be right at about freezing. Here's the latest on the winter weather advisory, and you see the county shaded in blue here. That goes into effect at 11 o'clock tonight through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to track that for you hour by hour and also tell you why this system doesn't mean that we will go without sunshine tomorrow. It's a good looking weather outlook past this system. That's coming up in just a bit. Back to you.
As News Channel 3 was first to report last night, Susan Kubicek of Portage turned herself into authorities yesterday. She has been charged with second-degree murder for killing her own mother, 87-year-old Dorothy Allen. And tonight, we have new information. Prosecutors say Kubicek intentionally overdosed her mother with morphine in the final days of her life. News Channel 3's Mike Kravsik is live from the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office with more. Mike?
Well, Kate, investigators say Kubicek intentionally overdosed her 87-year-old mother with morphine. Now, according to her autopsy, the toxic effects of morphine, sedatives, and painkillers are all contributing factors in the woman's death.
According to Dorothy Allen's toxicology report, around 10 times the acceptable therapeutic amount of morphine was found in her system when the 87-year-old died back in May 2017.
Sue was running around acting proud that she was using the large syringe instead of the correct syringe.
Prosecutors say Susan Kubicek, Allen's daughter, intentionally overdosed her mother with morphine. Allen was in hospice care, and Kubicek was supposed to administer her medicines.
She questioned Sue about the amount of morphine she was providing, and Susan stated, "Well, she's stubborn and she will just linger around."
Charged with second-degree murder, authorities say she turned herself in after being arrested nearly a year after her mother's death.
We're trying to resolve the case as soon as possible. This did take a while, almost a year. The timeline has been researched by myself. It's not out of the ordinary for something to take this long.
And after all that time, Allen's son, Stephen Salick, finally feels a sense of justice.
Do you ever forgive your sister?
She'd have to definitely get some medical help.
She enjoyed watching the birds and the animals. And
Roberta Cook, a close family friend, feels the same way.
I hope that they get some kind of help for Sue, because she's not an old person by any stretch of the imagination, but she is a sick person.
Kubicek is due back in court later this month. He remains behind bars here at the county jail. Live in Kalamazoo County, Mike Kravsik, News Channel 3.
A decision on whether a 15-year-old boy accused of plotting a massacre at Paw Paw High School will be tried as an adult was just delayed. Police say he had guns, explosives, and a lot of ammunition in his bedroom when his mother turned him in hours before the alleged attack might have happened. News Channel 3's Rachel Glazer is live now at the Van Buren County Courthouse, where authorities detailed, Rachel, some pretty disturbing new details today.
Yeah, Andy, that's right. Up on the big screen inside of the courthouse here today, the prosecution put up the suspects' hit list, and one by one, they went down the 27 names. Those included students, teachers, the vice principal at Paw Paw High School, and then also President Donald Trump, Jennifer Aniston, and a couple other female actresses. So the most disturbing details to come out of court today came out of the suspect's notebook. One entry detailed how the 15-year-old killed a cat, strangling the animal, writing, "It was peaceful to watch the life leave the body, and it was something he wanted to see again." Dozens of other passages expressed a desire to commit mass murder and violence against women, mostly girls he went to school with. Now, the defense argues the 15-year-old was bullied at school and that he didn't actually hurt anyone. The school resource officer denied the boy was bullied and says that he had never been in trouble before up until his so-called bomb book was found at school back in February. Now, that included instructions and pictures about explosives, but no threats. Those were found in a journal hidden in the boy's bedroom, according to investigators. Handcuffed, the 15-year-old held his mother's hands while the notebook was read out loud in court today.
"I need to get to work faster as soon as I possibly can. I need to get bombs and guns ready. I'm officially ready, and I only hate the fact that my mom might have to die. Every damn day I think of nothing else except chaos and destruction."
Now, police say the 15-year-old had also made a to-do list, and that included making bombs and keeping his two sisters out of school the next day. With more testimony still to come in this case, no decision on whether the 15-year-old be tried as an adult. The next hearing has been pushed back until May. Reporting live in Van Buren County, Rachel Glazer, News Channel 3.
The search continues for a local man who's been missing for more than a week. Still ahead, why investigators say he may be in trouble and where they think he's heading.
Welcome back to News Channel 3 Live at 6. I'm Andy Dominiani.
And I'm Kate Tillotson. Investigators need your help finding a Berry County man who's been missing for more than a week now. Chad Pell was last seen leaving his home in Dowling on the morning of April 8th. We're told the 46-year-old has a mental condition and has been off his medication for about a year. He was last seen driving a black Dodge Ram 1500 crew cab with Michigan license plate 3LMM93. Deputies say Pell may be trying to get to California. Anyone with information is asked to call authorities right away.
You're looking live right now over South Haven. A little bit of light rain now, but it's going to turn to some snow overnight. I'll have an update coming up.
A Battle Creek mother wants someone to pay for her son's death. 17-year-old Marcus Flanagan died days after he and another teenager were shot on Battle Creek's north side. News Channel 3's Brittany Gray sat down with his mother today as detectives work to determine who is responsible.
She's live now in Battle Creek with more. Brittany.
Marcus Flanagan was going to turn 18 next month. Shirley Waller says he was getting ready to go to prom with his girlfriend.
I already talked to him about, getting a limo, and it was gonna be, we had plans, it was gonna be nice. And, it's just a shame how violence just turn your whole life upside down,
Around 3:30 Sunday morning, Battle Creek police say someone shot Flanagan and a 15-year-old boy outside of a home on Merritt Street. He was hit in the back of the neck. Waller says he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time trying to help a friend. Now she's trying to figure out how to move forward without the person who she says held the family together.
Marcus is my captain, He'd be like, get in the bed, he even already had dinner cooked. He already got food cooked and everybody playing that game. And I'm like, oh, okay then.
Right now, detectives are investigating 2 homicides, Flanagan's and 22-year-old Joseph Bowser's. Bowser was killed March 23rd.
Parents like me and Joe Bowser parents, that we got to just keep burying our sons and our daughters for violence. And I think it's really a shame. I just hope I make it. I don't know what I'm going to do without him.
The the other teen shot, a 15-year-old boy, is expected to be okay. A GoFundMe page has been set up for Marcus Flanagan. You can find that as well as a link to the full interview on our website. That's WWMT.com. Reporting live tonight in Battle Creek, Brittany Gray, News Channel 3.
Now, 17-year-old Marcus Flanagan's death does come just 3 weeks after 22-year-old Joseph Bowser was shot and killed. Detectives say they've got 2 primary officers assigned to each of those cases.
The biggest thing this means is that some of the other cases that we have, some of the other assaults and frauds that we're working on are going to be delayed a little bit because the homicides take priority. And we're out doing everything we can every day to figure this out and to solve it.
And detectives say that these latest homicides are a big concern because they too have children, some very close to the ages of these victims. They want the public to know that they are actively working these cases every day to make sure the people responsible are caught.
Wintry weather on the way for us here in West Michigan. But the good news is, I think this is likely the last gasp that we're going to be having from Old Man Winter. Cross your fingers on that. But for now, that's the way it looks. I'm tracking that wintry night tonight, which, by the way, includes rain right now turning to a rain-snow mix later tonight, and then wet snow developing overnight. And that's what could create some hazardous driving conditions. The sun does return soon. In fact, tomorrow, I think we'll look at a fair amount of sunshine, and there is a warm-up on the way. Wait till you see that weekend outlook. I think you're going to like it. Hour by hour we go. We start our clock at 8 o'clock tonight. And notice we have that little rain-snow mix already starting to develop. Where you see the pink, that's where we have that rain and a little bit of sleet and snow. A little bit of light snow around Grand Rapids, still rain around Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. By 11 o'clock, we see the colder air starting to settle in. So it's a ribbon of snow that could be wet and heavy around Muskegon and Grand Rapids and Ionia. And then that mix is taking hold in Allegan and Hastings and Kalamazoo and Battle Creek. Still chilly rain at 11 o'clock in Sturgis, Three Rivers, and Coldwater. And then we move that snow to Kalamazoo and Battle Creek along I-94, South Haven, Allegan, Hastings by about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then that pushes on down to the Michigan-Indiana line by about 4 o'clock in the morning. Sturgis, Three Rivers, Coldwater with some of that snow, but notice it really starts to move out quickly, and by about 6:30 tomorrow morning, I think it will be gone. Now, left behind could be some challenging driving conditions, but I don't think we're going to have any of that precipitation hanging around for that commute tomorrow morning. So that's certainly some good news. Your impact outlook, rain, snow, and roads, of course, on the higher side here. That wet snow may make for some slick roads overnight. Wind doesn't look to be much of an issue. Winter weather advisory for the area shaded in blue goes into effect at 11 o'clock tonight through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Let's take a live look right now in Kalamazoo, where we have some of that rain that's coming down. And as I mentioned, it's a chilly rain at that. Live Doppler radar showing the showers over Allegan and Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, stretching up to Holland and southeast to Coldwater as well. This is going to continue pushing through, and we're going to continue to see a little bit of a change over here later tonight with some of that colder air moving in. 38 degrees right now in Kalamazoo with the showers. We have upper 30s, low 40s, pretty much area-wide. Again, there's that storm, heavy snow right now in Wisconsin. We're not going to see the heavy snow here, but we certainly will see the changeover from rain to snow coming up later on tonight. So here's your outlook then for tonight. We'll see that rain turning to snow overnight. Wet snow, 30 degrees for your low. And then for tomorrow, becoming mostly sunny actually and a little warmer with a high of 46. More sunshine on the way and getting warmer, thankfully, as we head into the weekend. Andy?
All right, Kate, thank you. The Western baseball team hosting Michigan State this afternoon.
Andy Pepper has your high-scoring highlights next in sports.
The Tigers began the afternoon with just 6 homers in their first 14 games. They ended the day, spoiler alert, with 10 total homers, including their first walk-off shot of the season. To Comerica we go. Detroit playing in some actual Michigan sunshine this afternoon. It was cold, but at least it was sunny. Bottom 6, happy birthday, Miguel Cabrera. Miggy celebrating his 35th with a couple of extra base hits, double and a homer. 2-1 Tigers. 8th inning, Tigers trailing by a deuce, and it's John Hicks. Hicksy, go-ahead 3-run jack, his first of the season. 5-4 Tigers, top of the ninth. Shane Green, though, unable to shut the door. Luis Sardinas, pinch hit homer. We are tied at 5, but don't worry, be happy. Bottom 9, Dixon Machado, just his second career homer. fourth of the day for the Tigers. Detroit with a 6-5 walk-off win today at Comerica. College action. Billy Gernon's Broncos hosting Michigan State. Picked this one up in the top of the first. Chris Modrzinski on the hill, the left-hander with the strikeout, but otherwise struggling as he goes just 2 innings, allowing 5 hits and 3 earned. Bottom 3, how about some offense? Western trailing 5-1. Jimmy Roche doubling into the right center field gap. Jesse Forstel racing home to make it a 5-2 ball game. And then your very next batter, the big guy, Nate Grise, some heavy metal, 2-run blast to left, his 5th of the season. Western, though, coming up short, 10-7, your final this afternoon at the Bob.
All right.
Well, tomorrow we're going to be seeing some sunshine returning with a high of 46, but tonight it's that winter weather advisory. Goes into effect at 11 o'clock and will be in effect until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so watch out for some slick driving conditions.
This should be the final chapter.
I think so. I hope
close
so.
this book for good?
Yeah. Never say never when you're in the weather department. You learn that.
He's learned that over the years.
We could still see snow, you think, maybe?
It's possible, but I think for the rest of the month anyway, if the forecast models are good, I think we're looking pretty good.
There's always May.
There's always May.
All right, thanks for joining us here on News Channel 3.
And we're back at 10 on the CW7 and here at 11. We'll see you then.